So, one, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's popping in the background. I think it's from an electrical thing in the wall. It's been happening since my little cousin uh moved the Wi-Fi box and then moved it back. So I'm sorry if you can hear that, but I'm currently watching a video by uh Kaylee Jaye. It's titled "World We what the fuck? Weird Girls and the Crazy Women They Become." Nice title. But she's just going through different characters while also um existing in their bodies in a way through cosplay. I don't know if that made sense. I hope that made sense. But I'm listening to it and I don't know if it's because I'm selfish or if as humans we just make things about ourselves to understand them, or maybe I just do that. I don't know. But I'm kind of vibing more and more with it. What I mean by that is I feel like this makes sense when I map the traits that she's putting on these people onto myself. Obviously, besides the girl part, but technically that's still accurate because we can be anything. We're just limited by our meat suits and society, obviously. If children weren't raised and told they were a certain way or they had to be a certain way, they would just be. They would simply exist. So, yeah. Um, I also bought a water bottle, a big bottle. Um, it is 62 ounce water bottle. Yeah. Um, but I made the mistake. So I bought it in the morning on my way to the library, but I made the mistake of leaving it. I also bought cookies because I've gotten in the habit of eating cookies every day. Of eating cookies when I buy things. They're my go to. Um, so I had spaghetti in the morning. I made that. Then I fed the dogs, and then I left around like 12. Um, and then um, I left, went to the store, and then went to the train. Got on the train, rode an hour, walked 20 minutes, and sat in the library on my laptop coding for, well, quote unquote coding, really just taking ChatGPT's code and implementing it into what I have. I've reached the point now to where I can't put all the code in at once anymore because it's too much. Um, so yeah, it's it's that much code now. But I technically have two different versions of standard chess, which technically you shouldn't, but you can. I mean, there's no rules saying you can't. But I mean, when you play normal chess, when you try to promote a pawn, if you don't have a piece on that side that's captured, you can't promote them. You don't have like extra knights or extra queens or extra bishops. You only have your pieces. But according to good old Chappie, you can. You know, you can promote into a knight even though you have two knights. You know, because I have three knights. So Now there's two different versions, but right now I'm trying to fix the basically the little like menu thing, not menu, but the like the scroll thing for like the not scroll, because you can't scroll it. I took that function away because it was annoying to implement. But it's basically like the column where the pieces, or not pieces, where the moves show. Move log. That's what it is. Move log. But yeah, I'm trying to fix that because on the Meso Chess version, um, there's a different issue with it compared to the other, compared to the standard chess and the second version of standard chess. Um, yeah. Luckily, those two versions have the same issue, so once you fix one, you fix the other. So that's good. But I have to do that, and then I have to go back to Meso Chess and see. From what I remember, Impassant, not Impassant, castling is wrong. Like my version of castling is wrong. It's meant to be where like normal castling, you can switch the position of or well, yeah, you can move the rook that's closer to the king over next to it, and then the king hops over the rook. It's a move to like protect the king. So in my version, it's basically that, but because you're not protecting the king, you're protecting the queen. Um, the castling in that version would be where you switch, where either of your rooks can switch with your queen, pretty much. You know, so like if your rook is in the back right corner and your queen is like in the middle, then you can just switch their positions. Then your king takes the middle position, and the or no, what did I say? I don't know if I fucked that up in my head or not. But the queen takes the corner position, and then the rook takes the middle position. It literally just the pieces swap positions. They swap spacing, basically, like, literally. That's what they do. Is that, and then I also have I still have the two princes, one bishop mode I have to add in, and the avatar game version, which I think it's going to be slightly harder depending on how I want to do it. I think I'm still going to just keep it like the top down perspective, and then just have it to where the layers are color coded. Because there's like, depending on what piece you're using, like whichever like tribe it's from, earth, fire, water, air, it can do different things basically. So like air can move pieces, can move other pieces, depending on how close it is, or depending on how close it is to another piece, it can move at a different distance. Um, Fire, it can basically turn an earth piece into a lava. Um, Not an earth piece into lava. What the fuck? An earth space into lava. Um, earth can raise or lower the position of a space, or like no, what am I? The height of a space. You know, so like a piece would have to take an extra action to either jump down, or to get down from a space, or to get up from a space, basically. And then water would be able to freeze a space, pretty much. But there will probably be some other things. Like it'll technically be the Avatar themed, but it'll be my own little thing-a-ding. So I'll probably end up like having races that have pros and cons, which kind of makes the other ones more useful. So yeah, and then I'm gonna also implement a chess game. I think it's called Rookio. Rookio. I think, I forget. I have to look at it again. But it's one that funnily enough, I heard about through a shorts video. and this guy literally, or I don't know who it is, but this person, um, talking about it, like in the short, they had like a whole text thing. I think it's from Tumblr or something. Maybe it was Twitter. I don't know. I forgot. I had to look at it. I have to look at it again. But they pretty much described how someone was talking about how they were gonna make, or well, how they were going to make it, but they never made it. They were gonna make this like chess game that's themed around rooks, and I think you only have rooks, or you have all your standard pieces and you have rooks, but one rook from each side is secretly uh like no, I think it's like one side has a Romeo and one side has a Juliet, or both have a Romeo and Juliet, and you're trying to get them to meet or something, but you don't know which side is which, basically. Or no. I think yeah. Just one side has Romeo, one side has Juliet, and you're trying to get them to meet each other. Or I think you're just trying not to kill them, but you don't know what. Like neither one knows which one is which. You know. So yeah. But I can already think of two versions of that right now. One where the game just assigns a one of your yeah randomly assigns one of your rooks to be Romeo and one of theirs to be Juliet, and then another version. Well, technically three versions now. Another version where your opponent assigns your Romeo or Juliet, and you assign theirs, and then one where it's the same as the second one. You assign theirs, they assign yours, but they assign one of like three, or depending on the size of the board, one of like five. Basically, like they're basically they pick five, and then the game, or they pick five or three, and the game chooses which one it's assigned to. Basically, so you have a hunch of where it is, but you don't quite know. You know what I mean? So it'll be like three different versions of it. But yeah, basically this is going to be a very, very, very long list of modes, and this still isn't counting. This still isn't counting my the other the shapes game and the numbers prosper for world domination game. That's a lot, dude. This is a lot. This is a lot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and my biggest issue right now is I don't have any money. That's my biggest issue. Luckily enough, like soon enough, I'll have my ID because I have it, or well, I have the paper copy. But soon enough, I'll have it, and I can go and start selling plasma. Well, donating plasma, quote unquote, but basically selling it. And as long as you have a healthy body, you can do that endlessly. And donating blood, you can do that for money as well. Yeah, a pint is like $200 to $300, and you can do that. Like what I'm probably gonna do is do it twice a month, so like every 15th and 30th, and then do plasma every 3 days, basically, and just maintain my body basically. Just do that. Then I'll have money. Yay! Plasma first month because of because of your first time doing it. It's like roughly like 800 to 1,000 that you make during the first month, and after that it's like $30 each time. Like 30 to $40 each time. And then blood, it's like 200 to 300 for a pint. So basically, I will have plenty of money. EA. Plenty of money to do this. Plenty of money for food. Actually, healthy food. On like a consistent basis. And that's really it, honestly. You know? Oh, and I'll have money to put the game on Steam instead of putting on itch.io. That's what I'll probably do. Honestly, I'll just wait. Or no. I'll probably put it on itch.io first, and then at the end of the month, I'll put it on Steam. I'll take it off of itch and then put it on Steam. And I will probably do. So there's this thing, so there's a game called Brawlhalla, and in Brawlhalla, you get like, I think it's like 10 or so of their characters when you first play. They're free that you can use, and then you rotate them out like every week or so, to where you get like a different mix each time for like a different week. But if you pay, I think it's like $1 or like $5 or something, you get all of their future characters for free. And I think I'm gonna do that, to where basically you're gonna have like the first, the first like, I guess, initial uh game modes in this, and then you pay like, you basically, yeah, you pay $1, and I'm probably gonna do $2 because I want to at least make $1 from each sale. So you pay $2, and then you yeah, if you take two, if it's $2, then I'll end up with like 140. Yeah, because Steam takes 30%, which means, I end up with 140 per sale. But yeah, and then yeah, so you get the first like few games for free, and then you pay $2, so you get the rest of them for however long the game exists, which it'll exist forever. But I don't plan to not work on this. I plan to work on this for the rest of my life. Basically, this will be my thing forever and ever 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 and ever. I enjoy doing it. I very much enjoy doing it. I enjoy seeing my idea show up on screen. I really, 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 really do. Really, really do. Oh, and the wands thing. Oh, no, that's the bishop and the. Never mind. Duh. Yeah. Yeah, the bishops will have staffs, and the princes, they'll have, or no, one prince will have a wand, and the other one will be able to summon pieces. Yeah. Yeah, and then technically you could have two modes for all these different games, except for Shapes. Where you have like a standard size board, and then you have well, no, never mind. I guess standard chess would be the only one that had the standard size board, and then everything else would have the 32 by 32 board, or bigger. You could have 100 by 100 board, you know, to be a lot. Maybe not 100 by 100, but like 32 by 32, that'd be cool still. Yeah. And then I could also, once I get enough, I could find someone that does like pixel stuff, and then we could translate this all into being pixel. Yeah. Yeah. Or, I mean, we could just sort of. So the idea would be, you have like my versions, like that you're gonna be able to see eventually in like a month. You have my versions, then you tap quit, or you click it or whatever, and then it takes you to the 2D version, or well, I guess to the pixelated version, and then you go quit on that menu, then it takes you out to the 3D Soul Sanctum version thing. But in reality, you could just turn my version into the 2D version with more updates, and then have the same quit function, and that brings you out into the 3D, basically. To where then you can still play the 2D thing, you just play it technically in your head, if that makes sense. You know? And you basically go into your little mental menu, and then you go into a painting that's either on your wall or it's on like a podium thing. It'll most likely be on a podium thing, and then it shows you the menu basically. You pretty much look at the podium, and then now your entire screen is just that menu. That menu. So yeah, but that's it. Um, Anything else? I don't think so. But yeah, that's it. I'll link her video in the description. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.